I personally think unsigned artists are in a better position to some extent than signed artists. This is the best time in the world for unsigned artists. If you truly believe in your craft, and if you have the talent, and if you're persistent with the internet, the best advice for an unsigned artist is to create a world and a fan base online, your own platform. Labels and other people or other artists can become interested in you because you already have a fan base. You gotta find what you love to do and do it for no money and pray that money comes.
We had some harsh advice. I'll admit that it was harsh. Please understand, we don't hate you guys. It's your way of going about getting our attention. We want to see that new guy come into the realm and shake shit up. One way work from somebody else doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. Just because I bagged a chick standing on against the wall with my hat to the back doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. You gotta turn your hat to the front and maybe lean this way. You gotta do it different. Study, apply, execute. We'll listen as long as you throw a different pitch. My advice to the new guys, just study your competition and what are you giving to us that we have not seen before or that we miss? Why should I like you? If you're in it for this reason, let us know early. Don't feed us one thing and then try to feed us another thing later. If you want to evolve to that, that's fine. But at least give us a hint like, I'm here now, but I want to get to there. I don't expect Waka Flocka to transcend into Mos Def because you gave us, I'm just here to party, have fun, provide for my family, and that's it. That's cool. But don't false feed us and don't force feed us.
I'm not apologizing for anything that I said. I don't feel that I've said anything negative. What I did say, and I'll clarify, is I feel like as an unsigned artist, your job is to get heard, but I think it's also to do that in a smart and positive way. Climbing a light pole at 8 o'clock in the morning in Times Square demanding to be heard by Alicia Keys and you're a rapper is not necessarily the best or smart way. Spamming people on Twitter is not necessarily the best or right way. You need to build a buzz in your community first. And I think that a lot of rappers are missing that point. They're thinking that they're just going to be the next Soulja Boy and get hot off of YouTube. And don't get me wrong, those things actually work. I mean, look at Justin Bieber, but at the same time, Justin Bieber still was out in parking lots trying to meet Usher to sing for him. Clarifying what I said, don't skip those other important steps and just go these drastic routes. You still need to build a buzz in the streets in person. It's not just all about Twitter and about doing outrageous shit online to get noticed. I like artists that not only will think outside the box, but they think spherically. They want to cover all their bases. I like artists who not only want to make sure that they're heard the right way, but that their product is dope. That's what's bugging me and what's turning me off to unsigned artists, is that even if I do click on your link that you've tweeted to me, 9 times out of 10 I hear it and it's whack. I appreciate artists that make sure that their content is dope first, above everything else. You can spend all day on Twitter or you can spend all day in the studio. There was a dude, he sent me a link on Twitter and it was to a video, and the video must have maybe cost him all the $200. You can tell he shot it on a flip cam, but the video was so ill that I literally was like, I'm not even mad at you for this.
As far as the whole unsigned artist being terrorist thing and us not offering a valid solution, Lowe said a couple of things like, you got to build, you got to start grassroots, you got to get hot in your town and expand out. I think one of the problems is some of the things that I would tell a rapper to do, they don't want to hear. Everybody wants the overnight. Everybody wants the one-hit wonder and instant success. 9 times out of 10, it's not like that. It's not going to work like that for you. He said, like, you can do the Soulja Boy thing, you can do this, but that's like lightning in a bottle, like once in a blue moon. It happens, but it don't happen every day. And most of these dudes who you think are overnight successes, you just heard of them. That doesn't mean they're overnight. They've been putting in work for years. Jay Electronica been doing this thing forever, and he's just now catching on to his first major deal. My advice is just, you gotta get out here, you gotta put your music out, you can make people aware of what you're doing as best you can. Make sure that you're in this for the right reasons. Make sure that you're really trying to make good music instead of making great money. That would be my first piece of advice. Figure out why you're doing what you're doing and what you want out of it. Chicks come where money is. If you want money, go to college. Money comes, but it's not the first priority. If that's your first priority, if you're out here chasing money, then do that. I'm not the person to tell you not to do it, but don't get mad because nobody's helping you to get paid. That's not how the world works. People don't help you to get paid unless there's something in it for them. If you're out to make money, start doing things that generate money. Put a lot of music out. Perform every place you can. Get out there, but make sure your quality is up and stop looking for people to give you a handout. Make them aware, send them the music, and do what you can and move on. Make yourself visible. YouTube is everywhere.
They'll do the same thing like Ciroc did. They picked all the headlining DJs on radio and placed their money there. Maybe you can give 5 key people on radio a certain amount of money. not even play your record, but to like host maybe like a listening party for you, be at the right event, right places, another artist's release party, sponsor a brand or something, or a party or an event for somebody that already has clout or relationships. And then it's all about look and perception. Take like 5 of that to make sure you look good. Making original content online with like that website that I talked about that you should create, the platform. I think you should like pay some kid $200 a week to follow you around and make videos. If you are talented and you do have an art, people are going to be interested. That's the first thing I would do. Make my website, make my brand, create video content with me in the studio or me at this event. And then the whole paying key players and doing little events for your music, I would do that with the 20.
You got 20 G's to your name. You spend it on studio. I don't care if you got one song or not. You go in the studio and you make more songs, because that song that you have is going to be topped by the song that you're going to make with that 20,000. You're trying to get yourself noticed. It all starts with the core of the music. You can have a great video. You can have a great tour bus, but when they ask you to do something else, to get back in the studio, what are you going to do? The radio may love your song, but they're going to want to hear something else from you. So you get back in the studio, go to a better studio, get a better sound, and you make more music, because that's what you do. You make music to get these resources to help you. You're great at making music. You're not great at making music videos. You're great at spitting, singing, whatever. That's what you're great at. So be great in that area. So while you're making this music, you research. But your main objective is to make music, my nigga. And when you make that music, things will come. People want to sponsor you. People want to host your mixtapes. People want to do your videos. People want to fly you all over. But you have to have that catalog. If you don't got that catalog, you got one song? You spent what, 5-10 G's on one song? And now you want to make a music video for one song? You can make a catalog so DJs can co-sign you. Make a catalog so a record label wants to get behind you and push that catalog of music, so Hype Williams wants to direct your video. So Live Nation wants to sponsor your tour. You want to take 20,000 and make a video off of one song? You hustling backwards.
20 grand and a hit record. I'm gonna get a good quality camera, a Canon 7D camera or a Canon 5D camera. I'm gonna spend another 2 grand and I'm going to pay a film student, not just my homeboy, but a film student who's maybe in their 3rd year who needs to build their reel. And I'm gonna say, I got some work for you. I wanna shoot a creative video, and then I want you to get some cool web content. Then I'm going to go on the road and I'm gonna work the figure record. I'm gonna actually go out and I'm gonna try and get my record heard by the people. I'm gonna try and perform on some shows. I'm gonna try and get in some festivals. I'm gonna be out there in parking lots. I'm going to try and meet some DJs. But here's the reality of it. You grease some poems to get your shit paid. Bloggers gotta eat too. Does that mean that I'm personally being paid for a show? Yeah, it exists. You would get farther by taking a month and really building a rapport with a blogger online and converse with them. Look at what the blogger's actually tweeting about. When you have a chance, can I send you something? Not tweet it. You're going to be better off doing that than following me tomorrow, and then 20 minutes after you follow me, add me in a link with 15 other people that you saw that I was talking to and blindly tweeting me a link.
20 grand on one hot song that you know is a hit. I would say definitely put some money into visuals. Make it a good video. Not saying you gotta spend 10 grand on it, not saying you gotta spend 5 grand on it, but make sure the quality is there. Not get your homeboys to shoot this. Get a competent director, somebody who maybe does commercials, who will come aboard for a couple thousand. Don't try and learn it on your own and put it out on your own because you want the glory. Stop it. Invest the money where it needs to be. A publicist is never a bad look if they're as competent in the song as you are. Play it for them. If they really feel it, sit down with them, build a plan. My father always told me, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you can negotiate. I don't like to put a number on things because you don't know what you may have to offer somebody in return. If you got 20 grand and that's your ceiling, but I wouldn't put it all in one place. Definitely between a publicist, some radio play. A good publicist might be able to get you radio play and a lot of attention from the media. Shout out to Dove. Blog sites, maybe throw like a little release party. Invite some influential people down there so they can hear you. Perform that song every chance you get. Get a booking agent. Make sure you're a good performer though. If you suck on stage, maybe you might want to stick with the video. Visual can make you look like you can perform, even if you can't. It's a case by case.